Greetings, Arapahoe family. Pastor Scott here. It's been almost 1 month that I've had the pleasure to serve as your senior pastor. And let me just say that as a new member of sorts, it has been a pleasure getting to see your signature hospitality and warmth, your passion for local and global justice, and your commitment to building authentic Christian community up close and personal. And let me say, it shines through in all that we do. I've now been able to enjoy over 12 listening sessions where I've been able to hear stories and dreams and also receive helpful feedback as well. And one of those comments that I've heard in several of the listening sessions is that we miss that hallway conversation time when we would normally hear about decisions being made and the leadership direction of the church. And so in response and in consultation with our leadership board, I'm putting out these monthly ministry updates. And this is our update for July so that you can know what kind of decisions are being made and the direction we're heading in as the congregation, the people in place called Arapahoe. We miss each other. That's the comment that I'm hearing more than any other right now in these listening sessions. And let me just tell you, I can't wait to see you in person for worship as well. I want to remind us that we have assembled what we call the Safe Return Task Force. It's a team of staff and lay members out of our church. And we've decided that we're going to follow the Dallas County Color Code system. Try to say that 5 times fast. What that means is currently we're in red. And we've been there since March. That means no in-person worship, and it also means no more than 10 people on campus for small gatherings that are deemed absolutely essential. I do want us to know that the Bishop McKee, has informed us that he does not expect churches in the Metro District to return to in-person worship until at least after Labor Day. And he plans to update us again in August, and I will be sure to inform you of his word when that arrives. And our Safe Return Task Force will be letting us know more in the coming days and weeks as to what that would look like and to prepare ourselves as to what life on our campus may look like as soon as we're ready to resume. Now, this time has been challenging for our church, to be sure, but it's also been one of excitement, specifically as we have watched our online ministry grow in terms of reach and quality. Now, normally, for example, the month of July is what we call a slow season in the church world. We don't expect as many people to show up to church in the month of July as in a typical month, and yet here, during this July, it's been our highest average live attendance for the whole year. Now, that's surprising and also something we should take note of. We have grown so tremendously since having a single iPad in the sanctuary back in March to now having a multi-camera, highly engaging, dynamic online worship experience. And we need to say thank you to Aaron Maines and his tech team, the ways they have so incredibly adapted to meet the needs of this time that we are in. Now, the leadership board knows that online ministry is not simply a response to a temporary problem in this pandemic, but it's a part of our future ministry as Arapahoe. And so in response, the leadership board has decided to invest strategically in this sanctuary space to provide a better online experience for all. First, what we're going to do is we're going to be installing some permanent light fixtures that are going to create better, more consistent, and dynamic lighting in this space. Currently, we utilize a lot of these, can you see it over my shoulder, these light boxes that are littered throughout the sanctuary. There's not going to be very much fun once we're able to return to in-person worship having to look around a light box. And so we're going to be installing some permanent lighting that's going to make it look and feel a lot better both in person and online. Second, we're going to be installing a new soundboard. The one that we have, we purchased in about 1875 as best I can tell. And while it has done its darndest to provide quality sound over its many years of life, it's been showing signs of failing recently. And so we are upgrading that soundboard for clear, consistent sound that we can rely upon. Third, we're installing a permanent dynamic camera that will allow us to be more flexible in the kinds of views and shots that we can offer for our online experience. Now, of course, online ministry doesn't stop with Sunday morning worship. We have seen so many of our classes and groups transition to online connection, mostly via Zoom, but through other avenues as well. And I want to commend us on being so adaptable to this time. And I also want to challenge us to consider that Zoom and digital ministry is not just a temporary solution, but it's going to be a part of our long-term vision together, because some people, even when we can resume in-person classes and groups, will be unable to be with with us physically and will need to join with us in a digital form. And so if you've not yet engaged in our Zoom classes, or if your class or group has not transitioned to an online experience, I want to challenge us to consider doing so. And maybe technology is not your friend, and that's okay. We have volunteers out of our United Methodist Men's Group, the UMM, who have graciously volunteered to help train those who need some help getting online and with our Zoom groups. So if that sounds like you and you need some help, please email Judy at arapahoeumc.org. Judy Swope is going to help connect you to the right person to get you the training and help that you need. I do have one piece of difficult information to share with you. That is that in consultation with the leadership board of our church and with me and with the day school board, our day school director, the fantastic Kara Ross, has made the extremely difficult decision to cancel our 2020-2021 school year for our day school. Now, I want to say I believe this was the courageous, difficult, and yet wise and correct decision, and I'm so grateful for Kara's leadership in this season. I want us to all be in prayer for our students, for our families and teachers, and for Kara and Beth, so that they could know that we are holding them in prayer and we support them during this time, and that we look with great expectation to next year when we can welcome back the students with open arms and once again have the joy in life that they bring to our ministry here at AUMC. I do want to share a couple of good points of news for you from the building maintenance team, or the BMT as they're known. First is the roof. Now, for many years, I've heard, we have wanted to repair the sanctuary roof and an adjacent flat roof as part of our building. And the BMT is proud to announce that they are in the final bidding process for that project, and it will be repaired in the coming weeks, right in time for rainy season. Say amen, somebody. Secondly, the vans. Oh, those vans. Those lovely, lovely vans. Those vans have seen better days, and they're currently sitting in our parking lot costing us insurance money. So our BMT is going to sell the vans and hold that money until we notice that it's time for us to again begin transporting members to worship, and then they're prepared to apply those funds towards the purchase of a new van that will better meet our needs. Now in June, we got to celebrate something big, and that is the retirement of our debt. This has been a multi-year campaign, and I want to thank all of you who generously committed and then contributed to make that debt elimination possible. We run a July 1 to July 1 fiscal year here at Arapahoe, and so I can also share with you that we've closed the books on last year, and I have some good news and a challenge in response. The good news is that we were able to balance the budget. Now the challenge is that we had to draw on our reserves to get there. An additional challenge is we know this year may not have typical sources of revenue for our church's operation that we've relied upon in the past, like the day school. And so what that means for us is that we, as the people of Arapahoe, need to come together and consider how we can give above and beyond than maybe we had been anticipating. Or for those of us, like me, who have not yet become regular givers. In fact, I just signed up last night on our website. I want to invite you to join me in signing up to be a regular donor to the ministries of Arapahoe. Now, my family believes in tithing. That's a word to me that means giving regularly to God's work in the church. And for us, that number is 10% of our income. Now, whatever number that is for you, make it a prayerful one. I want you to spend some time considering what it is that God's leading you to sacrificially give to support the ministries here at Arapahoe that we all know and love. Now, you can give in 3 easy ways. The first is by going to our website, arapahoeumc.org/donate. You can mail in a check also to Arapahoe UMC. Our address is 1400 West Arapahoe Road, Richardson, Texas 75080. Or you can use your phone to give and text the word GIVE to the number 972-483-2862. Arapahoe, thank you for welcoming me into your family as your new senior pastor. Thank you for making my family feel so known and loved. It is a gift to be the pastor of a church that is so committed and so passionate about partnering with God in the good work that God is doing here in the people and place called Arapahoe. Worship continues on Sunday at 11 a.m. on our website at arapahoeumc.org/watch, on Facebook Live, and on our YouTube channel. I'll see you Sunday.